In today's video, you will discover how to make time to start your coaching business. So if you're already working a full-time job, the biggest constraint holding you back from starting your coaching business is time. And so if you stay until the end of the video, you're gonna know exactly how to create the time so that we can hit the ground running. So let's dive right in. What's the first step to making the time to start your coaching business? The first step is to solve a painful problem that commands high ticket pricing. Now, why do I start here before I get into time management and productivity techniques? Because if you don't choose a niche that is willing to pay you, then you're gonna have to spend a lot more time building an audience, creating engagement, building content than if you just found demand that already exists for your coaching online and channeled that into your product or service. This is a key marketing technique that I want you to understand. Your job as a coach is not to create demand for something that doesn't exist. It's not to try to convince somebody to want your coaching. Your job is to find the people that already want your coaching, the ones that are already seeking a solution, and attract them into your world. So we got to first take a step back and set up a solid foundation to build your business from. And that means you've got to ensure that your coaching solves a painful problem. Because if the problem isn't painful enough, people won't pay for a solution. If you're selling chopsticks at a discount, or if you're teaching people underwater basket weaving, no matter how passionate you are about one of those two things, there's probably not a lot of value associated with that level of service. But instead, if you're teaching people how to save their marriage, if you're teaching or coaching people on how to start a business, on how to lose weight, or increase their energy, or become a better leader, right? These are valuable solutions that people are willing to pay for. And again, the whole reason why I start here before we talk about productivity techniques and time management techniques is because it's the foundation. I can give you the best productivity techniques in the world, but if you have the wrong niche and you're not solving a painful problem, again, you're gonna have to spend more and more time to build this business, which is what you don't have. So that's step number one to making the time. Step number two to making the time to start your coaching business is to schedule your 50-minute focus sessions. Now, what is a 50-minute focus session? Some people that are productivity experts out there have different time blocks that they recommend, but it's a block of time where you focus on one task, one project without any distractions. And what I have found, and I've tested 25 minutes, 2 hours, 50 minutes is a great window of time, because imagine in a 60-minute window, for 50 minutes of that window, you focus on the task at hand, right? You build your funnel, or you structure your sales process, or you really dial in your niche. And during that time, you don't take a sip of water, you don't use the restroom, you don't snack on those almonds that you have next to you, you just focus on the task at hand. And then when the 50-minute timer stops, and I literally recommend using a timer. I know it sounds funny, but this is an egg timer that you can see on the video that I use, and I literally just go like this, I open it up, I turn it to 50 minutes, and then voila, it sets the alarm and it pauses. Now, I do not use my phone because I don't want to be distracted with email and social media and text messages and all those things. So I have this timer right next to my desk, and for 50 minutes, I focus on the project at hand, and then you want to take a 10-minute break. So the last 10 minutes of that hour, you get a sip of water, you use a restroom, you walk outside and get a breath of fresh air. You do whatever you need to do to just, release yourself from the project, and then you can come back and do another 50-minute focus session. Now, I know that you are already working. If you're working a full-time job, you probably don't have 4 or 5 of these focus sessions a day. But imagine if you just had one. If you just had one 50-minute focus session, how much more you would get done than if you're trying to put 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and you're pulled in all these different directions. So that's what a 50-minute focus session is. You can dive deeper and learn more about that. I think I learned this from a technique called the Pomodoro technique. I think that's ultimately what it is. If somebody has a lot of ADHD or ADD, some people will recommend that they chunk that 50 minutes down into 25 minutes. So instead of 50 minutes focus, 10 minutes off, it would be 25 minutes focus, 5 minutes off, 25 minutes focus, 5 minutes off. So you still have an hour block of time that you get 50 minutes of focus time, but you just have 2 Pomodoro techniques. That's just one recommendation there. Okay, so that's the second step to making the time to starting your coaching business. The third step is to leverage your time in terms of coaching through group coaching instead of one-on-one. Now, I want to put a disclaimer in here because I don't personally recommend that if you're just starting out and you have no coaching clients yet to launch a group coaching program. I think that the most important thing and the easiest way to your first paying client and your next paying client is to get a small handful, like 3 one-on-one clients. Now, I know that that's a demand on your time. I know that with one-on-one clients, you're literally just trading time for money. So if you're coaching them for 1 hour a week, that means that it requires 3 hours of your week, which you may not even have, to do one-on-one coaching. But here's the thing. Start with a couple one-on-one clients. But as soon as you have 3, you want to start thinking about how do I structure a group coaching program? Because a group coaching program allows you to leverage your time. Instead of doing one-to-one, you're now doing one-to-many. So for that same hour, instead of coaching 1 client, you can be coaching 5 clients or 10 clients or 15 clients. Now, there's an art and a science to setting up the structure of a group coaching program because I've seen many coaches hear this idea and they go out and they launch a group coaching program, but the value's not there because they don't have the systems and the structure and the delivery that they need to offer the maximum value. So if you want to know how I personally recommend and how I train all of our clients in Fearless Coach Academy on how to structure their group coaching program, then check out this video up here and I literally walk you through step by step how to do that. So that's the third step to making the time for starting your coaching business. There's 2 more steps left. The 4th step is to follow a step-by-step structured process for building your business. I am shocked at how many coaches I see that I talk to and that our team talks to on a daily basis that are just winging it. They are just trying to watch free videos. They're trying to watch webinars and download PDFs. And listen, I offer those tools that, that's why I'm creating this video right here that are useful, but there's only so much value that you genuinely can get from a free piece of content, right? And so instead, you want to find some sort of structured step-by-step process because if you only have a few hours a week to work on this, don't you think it's more important for you than somebody who has all the time in the world to focus those few hours on the things that are going to actually move the needle? What if you invested those 3 to 5 hours a week on the wrong things and now instead of taking 6 months to build your business, it takes you 6 years? That's not what you want, right? So make sure to have a step-by-step proven process. We've got, a bunch that are available, but if you want to know my exact 7-step roadmap to building a 6-figure coaching business, then check out this YouTube video up here that walks you through those 7 steps. It'll be my gift to you. Now, let's talk about the 5th and final step to making the time to starting your coaching business. The final step is to actually tell your friends and family. And why is that important? Because your friends and family could either be the greatest and best accountability partners and supporters of building your business or the worst. And if they're kept in the dark and they don't know that you're committing to this new vision and you've decided to invest your little free time, and if, I'm not even going to say free time because you probably don't have it, that you've decided to commit to making the time to build this business, they will support you to see you win. And so what you don't want to do is to keep this a secret, and now everyone is distracting you with invitations and putting their requests on you, but instead they know that you have this vision and you're committed to it, and it's not going to take you away from time with your family or being a present to your partner, but any other free time outside of that, you're dedicating to this because it will require self-discipline. This will require sacrifice. There are going to be sleepless nights and countless sacrifices that you're going to need to make to build a coaching business when you're working full time. I'm just going to be honest with you. Anyone who tells you there's an easy button of a side hustle to build a coaching business and replace your full-time income is lying to you. There's not. You're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to wake up maybe at 4:30 in the morning instead of 5:30 in the morning. And I know that may sound harsh and it may hurt to hear that, but it's the truth. And so you want to make sure that you let your spouse, your friends, your family know that you're dedicated to this mission and that you're doing this. And because they will respect your boundaries, but they will also, and they may also, when they hear about who you're helping and what you're helping them with, they may also be referring clients to you, which would be an incredible gift. So that's the 5th and final step of making the time to start a coaching business. Now, if you want a little bit more structure on how to really dial in your productivity and your focus on a daily basis, then I've created a video called the 7-Figure Coach Morning Routine. And it literally gives you my exact morning routine of what I do the first couple hours of my day to start my day intentionally, disconnect from all the distractions and the obligations, and then just focus on the things that are going to move the needle in my health, in my relationships, and in my wealth and business. So if you want that, check out this video up here. It's totally free. It's on YouTube, and it'll give you the 7-Figure Coach morning routine. Now, before I wrap up this video, can you do me a quick favor? Because I was just looking at my analytics and I noticed that 74% of people who watch my video aren't even subscribed to my channel, which is way too high. So if this video has been valuable and if you've watched other videos of mine, do me a favor and just subscribe to my channel right now so that you never miss a future video. And finally, once you've subscribed, make sure to check out my next video that reveals the 3 distractions that kill your business. Now that you know how to make the time, I want to clarify what the 3 biggest distractions are that could hold you back and that could kill your business. So check out this video up here to give that a watch. And my name is Peter Scott, reminding you to be here, act now, and fear less.